Can't believe I'm dying this much against the first boss. Victory achieved, finally. Hello, everybody. I'm here once again playing a thing called Dark Souls. And that wonderful intro came to us courtesy of Alicia Goranson. Her I Played a Thing of Panzer Dragoon Saga is now complete, and once again I give that my highest recommendation. She totally killed it. But for now, I reckon you'll be joining me. And the last time out, we did find our Lucerne Hammer. That'll be our very first halberd in our Path of Halberd specialization. Also, because this is a somewhat heavier weapon, I swapped out my pants for the Hollow Soldier waistcloth, which is a little bit lighter. I did that in order to return myself to the faster roll. Now, normally what I do in Dark Souls is stick with the mid-roll and wear a little bit heavier armor. But this time out, I'm thinking I'm going to change it up a little bit. I'm going to keep my armor as light as possible, as my endurance will allow at any given time, and I'm going to stick with the fast roll, maybe try and play a little more evasively. Hopefully that'll work out. I reserve the right to change plans if it doesn't. But right now that really limits my options. Like, I'm not wearing gloves at all, and the only thing I can handle on my feet is the Hollow Warrior waistcloth, which has the stylish one-boot look. Anyway, we'll pick up where we left off, having just defeated the Taurus Demon and unlocking the shortcut past the first section of the Undead Burg. Today we'll probably not have quite so much dick stabbing, but hopefully there will be good times ahead. The next area following the Undead Burg is going to be the Undead Parish, and I'm hopeful that we will get there today. Oh yeah, this is Dragon Country. We're not going to mess around there right now. I think I did draw some attention here, though. But that's no big deal. We can drop this guy readily. He's a spear turtle. Well, so much for easily. Stairs kind of messing me up, and I am having to adjust a little to the halberd, which is not my usual bread and butter. Why don't you just come down here? As I was saying, I often use a halberd as my boss killer, but it is not my usual choice for bread and butter PvE. So once again, changing things up a little bit. Come on down, why don't you, friend? Don't want you following me around all day. This is the part where I regret that spear guys never really rush you. Ow. Ow. Yeah, definitely gotta get the hang of very halberd-oriented timing. Oh, this is where I just came from. Yeah, get my bearings, too. That'd be a good start. Try kicking. Yeah, there's going to be a spear guy here in a moment, and kicking does tend to help with them. We are, by the way, under the aqueduct now. There's the dragon up there, but he will not mess with us from here. Oh, hey, sword guy. Hey, no sneaking up on me. Hey, free Titanite shards, always good. Clink. Clink. Poison bug? Well, there will be some poison to deal with up ahead, but not in bug form. And while we're here, there's a little something extra we can do. If I have enough arrows, I don't recall how many it takes. Let's get the bow equipped. I might have to drop some more clothing if this puts me over my weight limit for the fast roll, but we'll deal with that as necessary. So, what I'm going to do here is get a weapon that, because I am halberd specializing, I will not actually use. But I can get it, so why not get it? Just have to remember the right way to do this. Maybe a bit timing based. There we go. Oh, that made him drop off the bridge. He doesn't always do that. Sometimes he'll sit there and let you get a few shots in. Anyway, some enemies with tails in this game, in what seems to be a little bit Monster Hunter inspired, you can cut their tails off to get an extra drop from them. And in this case, the drop is the Drake Sword, which is a weapon that is often pretty good in the early game, but it has no scaling, so it gets kind of obsolete once your stats start to go up and scaling weapons become, become a better choice. But in the early game, if I were in fact using swords at all, the Drake Sword would probably get a little bit of track time with me. Right now, I'm really just doing this to demonstrate that it is in fact a thing you can do. Assuming I have enough arrows for the job. I guess my memory is betraying me again. I didn't think it made him jump down onto the bridge every time you popped his tail, but apparently it does. Damn it. By the way, you can fire the bow from a normal lock-on, but nice additional property of it is the ability to go into over-the-shoulder view like this and crosshair that shit. That is an ability crossbows don't have. You can really only kind of shoot those from the hip. The trade-off in that is that crossbows are one-handed weapons. You don't need to use both hands to fire them. So you can take cover behind your shield between shots, which is really just too clumsy to do with the standard bow. Get back up there. Oh, and by the way, something that I can also do at this point that I'm not doing right now is it's possible to run past the dragon up on the bridge. You can entice him down onto the bridge, then run past him, and there is a bonfire back there. But I'm going to do that a little bit later. And it looks like I may have underestimated the amount of arrows I would need to get the job done here. If this last one doesn't do it, then such is life. I apologize for the waste of time. And we'll just take care of this later. Or not. Again, the Drake Sword is not of any actual value to me in this playthrough. Oh well. Still got my fast roll? I do! And this is the poison that was under discussion. It's not bugs, it's rats. And I can't one-shot them with the halberd. That's a bit surprising, really. Also, halberd can be a bit clumsy in close quarters. But I still love you, Lucy. We'll get along fine, I just have to get used to your quirks. Here indeed. Are there 2 more rats in here, or 1? 2. Let's see if I can sweep them. Maybe I could sweep them if I wasn't slow on the draw. And here you see how poison works. It just lasts until that meter runs down and slowly drains my health. I don't think I have any curative items, and even if I do, I'm not going to waste them right now. I'll just wait around and out-heal it. Shall I advance? I don't feel like making you guys wait around for me while I sit here and wait for the poison to go down. So it's risky, but we'll advance. Try to keep myself out of trouble for the most part. Ah, the undead parish. Here we are. Let's get this guy's attention. Get him out of the picture. That's the way you do it. Gotta use that range advantage. And yes, up ahead, you may see a little stumbling block we've got ahead of us. That is an armored boar. And because of the armored boar, although, as I said, we're probably not going to have so much dick stabbing this episode, we are going to have a cold steel enema. Nothing personnel, kid. But, you know, I'm gonna wait out this poison first, and I'm gonna do a little side challenge before I go deal with the boar. You may notice this tower off to the side here. That is where my side challenge awaits. Not entirely happy to be down so low on Estus at this point. I may just make a run back to the bonfire and then do this a little less stupidly next time. Doop-de-doo. I need to put the shrug on my gesture menu. Since we haven't seen that one yet, what can you do? Okay, poison is purged. I'm down to 2 Estus. This is really embarrassing. Let's see how this will go. Tough enemy ahead. That is correct. What we're gonna have here is another Cheval Noir. This one with a greatsword. With a big-ass sword, he hits quite hard, but behaviorally, he's not terribly different from the one that we fought before with a somewhat more normally sized weapon. And this does give me another chance at getting the Black Knight shield, which I would greatly enjoy having. Even with my much heavier weapon, I'm not doing a great amount of damage to this fella. Oh! And you can see he really fucks my stamina. He really fucks my everything. Yeah, this was just kind of a cursed expedition. We'll try and do that a little better next time. Hopefully, no more poison and general screwing around this time. Won't be wasting time on the Dragon Tail, not least because I used up all my arrows. Yeah, this just generally all around seems to be a strong demo of how not to play Dark Souls, at least in the early game. Where's Sword Guy? Here he is. More practice with Lucy is never a bad thing. No fucking comment. Oh, yeah, I wouldn't have minded having that 2,000 soul pile that I have now sacrificed to the Black Knight room. Not to mention my human state. Sunday, Sunday. And enough of your nonsense. And you get away from the goddamn ledge. Okay, I guess I can kind of forgive you for giving me a Titanite shard. Fuck no, you're not poisoning me again. I keep expecting that R2 to one-shot them, and I'm surprised when it doesn't. No, it's not. Take care of Sword Guy here real quick, just to be safe. Alright, gotta play it more carefully against this guy. Cannot take too many hits on the shield because this guy really blows away my stamina. I just don't have the endurance for this shit. Ah! At least I have some Estus to burn this time. No, 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 no. I got Shoryuken the fuck out there. Come on back up, champ. I ain't chasing you down there. Nope. Holy balls! Historically, I have not had so much trouble with this guy. I think halberd practice is throwing me off a little. Yeah, why don't you just come down here? Kite, kite, kite. Come right along. I'm not fighting you on the stairs. Don't even think about it. One thing about Black Knights, they will chase you. They will chase you in ways most enemies will not. Definitely don't want to get caught in that big-ass golf swing. But that's something we do want to do, is stab him in the spine. That was not a stab in the spine. Oh! Okay. I know where I'm not wanted. Think we're gonna try and gain some stamina and get that endurance up a bit before I take on the Black Knight, because, yeah, I should be able to do this at this point, but I don't know if I'm just that rusty, or, you know, if the halberd timing is fucking me up, but something ain't working out. I'm sorry, friends. I hope this is at least enjoyable as a comedy of errors. This message here is a hint about the dragon tail thing I was trying to demo earlier. Obviously, I need backstab practice, so I'll take it where I can get it. No time for your nonsense. Damn it. Note to self, do not underestimate rat stunlock ability. Die Fledermaus! Okay. Well, I was hoping this LP would not be quite so repetitive, or quite so amateurish. I'm not great at this game, but I'm usually at least sort of competent. That's not how that's supposed to work. Piss off. We're taking no chances, even with completely boring enemy. Nope. For the record, folks, this is really not an enemy that should be giving me problems. It's a goddamn giant rat. I hate everything. Everything. Well, it's nice to see they turn slowly. Don't think I ever really noticed that. Because life is short and terrible, we're going to advance. But yes, I'm going to leave the knight alone this time. Oop, nope, nope, that's exactly where I don't want to be. This, by the way, is where we would end up using that bonfire guarded by the dragon. I was leaving that alone because I wanted to shoot his tail off, but that's probably not going to happen straight away, so maybe I'll use that if I die again and have to run back this way, heaven forbid. I see you. I see your buddy with the sword there, too. I want to clean out these small fry before we go dealing with that boar. I know your type. Whoops. That was supposed to be a leaping attack. Didn't work out. Wow, a spear guy ran at me. I didn't know that ever happened. Such aggression. Alright, just gonna out-heal the poison here, and then hope this doesn't go horribly wrong, because it can. The boar, being armored all over, cannot be tackled in a standard sort of way. But, that bit I mentioned before about the cold steel enema, I mean that very literally. I mean, it can't be armored all over, it has to have a place to poop. By the way, the alternative to sort of halberd fisting the boar is to lure it into the fire over there, or just use fire bombs, because a full body shell of armor is not very effective against heat, I would imagine. But that always feels a little bit like cheating to me, especially doing it with the fire bombs. Down to 2 Estus again already, very embarrassing. Let's see if we can get this homie's attention. Yep, there he comes. I see you. And unfortunately, I also have the crossbow guy's attention as well, which complicates this a little bit. Ha, can't reach me. That's just wrong. Oh, you're trying to get back to your post there, huh? Well, I'm just gonna have to fist you again. Every now and then, when you beat that guy, he will drop his head. It is the boar's head helmet, and it pretty much just is his head put over top of your head. It's a pretty good helmet, but I probably wouldn't be able to use it anyway if it had dropped, because it's quite heavy. And I'm trying to keep my weight down. Yeah, I thought I was going to get shot there. Oh. How hard is this to figure out? Carelessness is going to get me killed. I've played enough Dark Souls to learn this. But on the bright side, I've got an alluring skull, which is a luring kind of item. You can throw it around, and certain types of enemies, at least, will be attracted to it. Actually, let's check out the text for that. A skull with meekly lingering souls. Throw to shatter and spread souls to attract certain kinds of enemies. Souls are a concentration of life, and the life-starved hollows are lured by its power. Not effective for all enemies. Oh yes, there are tasty souls inside, and everyone wants those. The boar, by the way, will not respawn now that it's done with, and that went mercifully well. It will not return, no matter how much resting and such I do. We're going to want to get on the other side of that gate, but of course we can't do it from the front. Where are you running to? Oh, I see. You've got a gank squad. With buddies like you, I can one-shot. Gank squad defused. Well, mostly. One left. A mystery. I like mysteries. Appears to be a basic prison cell key. I don't actually remember what this goes to. Oh wait, no, I think I do. We will see soon enough. This is going to be a very hard-learned lesson, clearly, that I can not swing quickly with this thing. I cannot speak English. Actually, I just saw the glimpse of a shiny there on the rafters. We'll do some careful beam walking. Free souls, never a bad thing. Yeah, as opposed to hiding behind a shield and wielding a halberd, that was someplace Salad's thief training might actually have come in handy. Okay, where am I going now? Up here. I swear to God I've played this game before. Alright, if I recall correctly, this is an area without too much in the way of nasty surprises. There is a slightly upgraded enemy here from what we've been facing lately. This is a Balder Knight, also known as a Baller. They come in side sword and rapier versions. Can't remember which one this is exactly. Looks like a rapier guy from here. Let's see if I can get the sneak backstab on him. Nope. Yeah, he's got a rapier. Oh wait, no, that is a side sword. Oh, no, it is a rapier. I have eyes! I'm not terrible at everything. But yeah, these guys are a little cut above your standard hollow. But you mainly have to be particularly careful when they raise their weapon into sort of a defensive stance like that. Because when they do that, they're going to try to parry you if you attack them. And if you are successfully parried and riposted, it will hurt, just like if you do it. Can't remember if these guys have Estus or not. Yes, the answer is yes. But yeah, certainly nothing as taxing as a Black Knight. The Knight Shield, I think, is an improvement on my Heater Shield. Let's check on that. Has a very slight improvement in stability. Yeah, not that much of an upgrade at all. It's probably too heavy for me to fast roll with. Indeed it is. We'll stick with the heater for now. But we can look at it. Used by ancient knights of the nobility, but its defense capabilities are similar to other shields. Indeed, it's pretty damn close to the heater. Very, very mild. 1 point upgrade in stability. Not worth the weight trade-off. Tough enemy ahead? Not that I remember. I see you over here. Some of the messages people leave are just kind of befuddling. Oh, there's another baller around here somewhere. He's on this side. Yeah, these ones with the bigger shield. These are the side sword guys. Oop, careful, Salad. Out of Estus. That can't be good. Anything over here? No. And just for giggles, the no Estus animation. No Sunny D! What's over here? I don't recall. Ah, yes. This will take us behind the gate. And a vanilla halberd, and a baller knight. Mindlessly attacking shields is never an effective tactic, Salad. Backstabs, on the other hand, now that's good eating. Let's take a look at our standard edition halberd. It's actually a little heavier than the Lucerne hammer. Same attack values. The only real difference is that it doesn't do exclusively piercing damage. Sometimes it does, sometimes it does regular slashing damage. Let's see if the moveset is significantly different. Oh, that's interesting. Its standard attack is a spear-type thrust, although it comes with the stagger animation for missing. Can't attack behind the shield with it like a spear, though. And it has the same R2 as the Lucerne hammer. I can still fast roll with it. It's a little bit heavier, but I'm still nice and mobile. Oh! You sneaky Pete. Yeah, that forward stab is a little faster. I'm going to stick with that for the moment. Try liver. Good idea. I'm going to do a quick heal up. We can get back here a little faster because I'm done with the boar. And I am going to take the behind the dragon path this time, because I don't care about the Drake sword and I can. And at the bonfire, maybe I can throw a couple points into the old endurance. Just need to remember where the correct turnoff is here. That's not it. Yes, friends, my sense of direction is just as magnificent as ever. Here we are. There's bonfire ahead. I had noticed that. Endurance, endurance, endurance. Alrighty then. What am I doing? That's not a valid path. I notice now that in my various killings I have acquired a point of humanity, so that's at least nice. And I see I've also hit the half-hour mark at this point due to all my time wasting. I want to take care of this guy before we go playing with dragons. But, yeah, we've passed the half-hour mark, but because I have accomplished virtually nothing, we're going to keep going with another long video. No one's had any complaints about them, so hopefully that's not a big deal. Let's get out of the... Oh, God, I've been set on fire. Now, much of the time after breathing at you, the dragon will come down to take a closer look. He didn't do that this time, but that's what we're trying for. Get into our safe spot here and Come on down, buddy. Come on. Come on, see if you got me. I'm still here. Will you not be baited? I said, will you not be baited? Now, you're just making me look stupid here. I swear this usually works. It works even better when I don't get myself incinerated. It won't! Why it won't? Alright, fine, be that way. I'm not desperately low on Estus here, so we will just continue as if none of that ever happened. It's definitely nice to be able to counterattack a little bit faster. Will definitely help me with the ratas here, I'm sure. The way things are going, I'm still definitely not looking to tangle with the Black Knight right now. Mind the crossbows, as always. Okay, I think I'm starting to feel my groove a little bit more here. Plunging attacks are not something you get to do terribly often, so it's very satisfying when you can. Might as well take care of this baller. They can drop their various pieces of armor, by the way, and they can also drop an item affectionately known as the Baller Swag Sword, properly known as the Balder Side Sword. Very popular weapon for dexterity builds, because it has good dexterity scaling, and it also has nice thrusting attacks in addition to its standard swordy type swings. If I got straight swords, that would very likely end up being my bread and butter weapon if I got anyone to drop it. None of them seem to be dropping anything for me this time out, though. I don't want Spear Boy walking up behind me, so we'll take care of him. Yeah, for some reason, this playthrough so far, the Spear Hollows have been rather more aggressive than they usually are. Most games I have to kick them out of their turtle mode pretty much every time. Got a couple of sword hollows here, and a crossbow guy will have to mind. But more importantly, there is a huge fucker up there in the church. A non-respawning huge fucker, and he's usually not that hard to deal with, but someone you do want to treat with a little respect. Lots of free Titanite shards from these guys. They usually don't drop so many for me. Okay, Mr. Big Stuff, why don't you come out and party? Yeah, you see what blocking that did to my stamina. This is Heavy Knight, unofficially known as a Knight of Berenique, because there are various things in the lore indicating that they are Knights of Berenique, which is a country where apparently they grow them big. Also, because these guys are so big, they are not technically a standard humanoid model, and so they cannot be backstabbed. Oh dear. I forgot they had a two-hit combo. The thing about the Heavy Knights / Knights of Berenique, as you can see, they're rather slow, they don't recover very quickly from their attacks, and they telegraph more than Western Union. But if they hit you, they really hit you. Oh yeah, also they carry Estus. They don't respawn, though. At least, they don't respawn in most locations. This one definitely doesn't. And another free shard. Not the best thing he could have dropped, but, yeah, good enough. We've got more to be cautious about in the church here, because up to the left, up in the window there, you'll see a feller with a trident. If we get his attention, he will shoot magic at us. That is a channeler. Channelers are servants of Seath the Scaleless, who you may recall from the intro was the scaleless dragon who betrayed his species and enabled Lord Gwyn to defeat the everlasting dragons with the help of his other allies. We won't be picking up more on Seath for quite a while, but yeah, we'll run into one of his minions every now and again. Need rear? Got rear. And what we've got here is a Firekeeper soul, which is a very nice thing. When we get back to Firelink Shrine next time, we will be able to trade that in, as I briefly mentioned in the first video, in order to increase our Estus. Or rather, increase the power of our Estus. It doesn't increase our dosages, just the potency of each dose. And we'll actually be back to Firelink Shrine in just a moment, because I'm about to open a fresh shortcut. But first, just for a bit more souls, I'm going to take out another baller here. With care. I'm just going to let him get out of his parry stance there. playing defensive. Ow. Yeah, you remember that allegedly broken elevator that was at Firelink Shrine? Right here. We can fix it. Just by activating it from the top. Not so broken at all. And now that we've unwedged the elevator, one of the platforms will always stay down while the other is up in the parish, so we can come and go at our leisure. Oh, a bell. You can actually hear when other players ring a bell of awakening, the first of which, as you may recall, is up at the top of the undead church. So someone just did that. Good job, dude. More endurance, more! And while we're in the neighborhood, you might as well trade in that Firekeeper soul. But first, let's have a look at it. Each Firekeeper is a corporeal manifestation of her bonfire, and a draw for the humanity which is offered to her. Her soul is gnawed by infinite humanity, and can boast the power of precious Estus flasks, etc., etc. Now, you can actually consume a Firekeeper's soul to get several humanity, I believe 3. But, until your Estus flask is maxed out, it's a much better idea to strengthen it. And behold, in the HUD there, you can see I now have an Estus flask +1. Also, I recall now that I have some consumable soul items, so let's see if we've got enough for another level up. I'll just equip those to my item bar here so I can use them a little faster. More! That should have increased my equip weight a bit. Let's see if we can put some decent armor on. In terms of physical defense, the Hollow Warrior waistcloth is actually a little better than my pants. Well, whatever. But that does drop me to mid-roll. Let's see. 9 def on the mask. 13 def on the gloves, so we'll try taking off the mask first. Nope. How about mask, no gloves? No. That's what we like. Alright. Let's make use of our newly opened shortcut. See if we can explore the area around the church a little better. I'm going to go up here because I'd like to get that channeler out of the way. Some of them will respawn, but this one does not. So once I deal with him, he's dealt with for good. I don't know why I didn't think of that before. You can kick him out of his parry stance, assuming I get the kick command control correct. Because he sure as hell can't parry my mighty boot. You looking for a drink? Nope. Just backing up. Now this is where the channeler is, and he has a bunch of generic hollows with him. And there he goes doing his fancy jig. When the channeler kicks up his heels, every other enemy around him gets a buff. So these hollows have actually become a whole lot more dangerous. Do a lot more damage than they normally would. See? So we'll have to treat them with a little extra respect, and also be careful with their backup in the channeler. Oh, for that very good reason of potentially being nuked with magic. These guys, by the way, just get more attack power. They stay as fragile as ever. You just have to be careful they don't nuke you with their sudden burst of strength. But they all seem willing to come out and play, so we can kite them and then take care of the channeler individually. That'll help a lot. Alright, friendo. I see you there. And they're not all magic. They do have a decent melee as well, so you will want to be careful of that. Like so. Keep forgetting some of these guys have follow-up attacks. Where the hell are you going? They are a lot more manageable in melee range than they are when they can take pot shots at you, though, so this is where we want them to be. Hey! No point-blank magic. We don't appreciate that. And the channelers can definitely drop their trident. I can't remember if they drop their bits of armor as well. I know you can get their armor, but I don't remember if you find it somewhere or if it's a drop. But in any case, he didn't drop anything for me. Another Baldur Knight here. Another one with a buckler. I think the Baldur side sword guys are a little easier to manage just because they don't dance around so much. Let's see. I think we've got some goodies over here. Sounds like humanity. And indeed it is. Say, does something look a little off about this wall to you? Well, beating to a pulp is certainly an option here, but we're gonna play this legit. Hey, buddy.
Oh, still human, are you? Then I am in luck. Could you help me? As you can see, I am stuck without recourse.
Yeah, I'll bet the channeler did that. And here we have the use of the mystery key. That's what I was thinking it was for.
Thank you. Yes, sincerely. I am Knight Lautrec of Kari. I truly appreciate this. And I guarantee a reward. Only later.
But I want it now!
Yes, very sorry. Your reward will have to wait. I've just been freed. Allow me some time.
Oh, fair enough. I suppose they wouldn't have thrown you in prison with anything good anyway. So yeah, we've got a new buddy, Sir Lautrec of Karim. And if we head on back to Firelink, I do believe he'll have made his way there and be waiting for us. No comment. Whee! Oops. Got a little careless there. Got a lot careless there. Hey, buddy. Cuddled a little too close there. Had enough of your nonsense. Kinda suspicious, this gap in the elevator here. Yeah, we'll be making use of that in good time. For now, there's not a whole lot of point to it. There you are. Having a rest, are you?
Ah, hello there. I have your reward. Please, accept it. I am grateful to you for freeing me. Not enough for you? Well, let's not be greedy now.
That's quite a laugh you've got there, Toulouse. But, once again, I find myself feeling as if I've been handed a shiny penny and told to fuck off. Faintly warm metal, engraved with the symbol of the sun, the ultimate honor. Well, I guess it's a little better than a shiny penny. Awarded to those who summon the Warrior of Sunlight and complete a goal. Represents Lord Gwyn's firstborn, expunged from the annals, old god of war, watches closely over his warriors. Interesting stuff. I bet Solaire would like this. What that is, though, is actually a Covenant item. When you join the Warriors of Sunlight Covenant, helping other players or being helped by members of the Warriors of Sunlight, you will be rewarded with Sunlight medals. And trading those in is how you level up in the Covenant.
By the Lords, your face. Your humanity is really slipping, but there are methods. Most fools have more humanity than they know what to do with. Now, who do you imagine will make the best use of it?
My. Sir Lautrec seems a little bit flexible in his ethics. But with a laugh like that, what were you expecting, really?
You again. What is it? Our futures are murky. Let's not be too friendly now.
Okay, I'll leave you alone. By the way, Lautrec has an excellent ring, which increases a number of stats. So a lot of people, if they're not worried about continuing his quest line, will either kill him here in a straight-up fight, or just kick him off the bridge. As I mentioned before, kicking NPCs will not actually aggro them, so you can just kick him off the bridge and grab his shit without him getting upset. But I do want to follow Lautrec's storyline for LP purposes, so I'm gonna let him live. I will have to forego the ring for now. This ring, speaking of which, is a sign that another member of my covenant, the Way of White, has used miracles here, and if I were to use miracles in the presence of this ring, their potency would be strengthened. Just another little perk of that covenant. We got a level? We got a level. You know where that's going. I will be putting some more into dexterity and vitality eventually. Just need that endurance. Now let's grab another elevator back up, clear up the fodder. And there's another bonfire and a new person to meet very soon. And with that, I think we can call it a day. I certainly have not covered myself in glory this session, but seem to be getting back into my feel of things. Famous last words, I know, but we'll see. I wish I was a little bit taller so I could more readily stab a baller. No, you don't. Is there anything good up here? I don't remember this. Oh yeah, this is just where all the hollows are. The channeler does not respond, but these guys do. I'll just get a little pocket money for taking out the crowd of them. Whoops. Thankfully, these fellows are a lot less threatening without anyone to buff them. Damn it. Boot. Alright, we'll go down with a little more finesse this time than just jumping off the upper level so we don't attract all the ballers at once. Not that I didn't handle it okay last time, but you know. Oh, that's depressing. Well, we're really running long at this point, over the hour mark, but I'm not going to let things end on that note. I'm going to get my souls back there and maybe stop picking so many fights until I get to that next bonfire at a decent endpoint. Retrieval, Mankind's Batman. That's right, you just got an axe head shoved through your spine. So did you. Now then, heading down this way is where we will be finding our next bonfire. I have no idea what tricrystal means in this context. Or skeleton. I don't see one. I could go for some wings. That's one thing that I've not been digging so much about the Seattle area. It's hard to get good wings here. Oh, and I just realized, there's not just one new buddy we can meet here, there are two. Yeah, Danger Zone is fairly accurate about what we stand before, but we won't be able to get in there for a while.
Oh, forgive me. I was absorbed in thought. I am Siegmeyer of Katarina. Quite honestly, I've run flat up against a wall, or a gate, I should say. The thing just won't budge, no matter how long I wait. And oh, have I waited. So here I sit, in quite a pickle, weighing my options, so to speak.
Ah, Siegmeyer, also known as Onion Bro. And, that ring that we got a while back, that was from the country of Katarina, well, so's Onion Bro here. Love that helmet. Yeah, Siegmeyer's a buddy. He's, actually someone I'm a little more fond of than I am even of Solaire. We never actually get to co-op with Siegmeyer, whereas we do with Solaire. Well, I suppose there's a limited sort of co-op with him that we'll see much later in the game, but we don't really get to take on any bosses with Siegmeyer or anything like that. That's a real shame.
Still closed. Still closed.
He's so endearing. Oh my god! So yeah, that's the kind of day this has been. I'm dying in ways I didn't even know were possible. On top of that, I've made myself look like a ninny in front of Ziggy here. Alright then. Let's recover our souls, not fuck around on the stairs, meet our last friend for the day, and get back to that bonfire before we can do any more damage. Oh, what's this message? Be wary of amazing chest. That's right, this guy does have some pretty righteous pecs. And you'll see when I talk to him that he's not a standard character model. He got a unique model all to himself, and so he will actually have lip flaps.
Well, you must be a new arrival. I'm Andre of Astoria. If you require smithing, then speak to me.
Andre's a cool guy. He's our first blacksmith, and as such, he is able to improve our weapon. He also sells Titanite shards. And we can get the smith box here. The smith boxes will allow us to reinforce weapons ourselves at a bonfire, up to a point. Repair box to repair things at a bonfire. We'll be sure to pick those up when we have the money to go spare. Got some decent weaponry. Kite shields have better stability, I believe, than what we're rocking right now. He's also got a good complement of bows and arrows. And he also has the Crest of Artorias, which is a very expensive key, but when we have the souls to spare, we will also be wanting to pick that one up. He's also got a gesture for us. Hurrah!
Most weapons and armor are mighty sturdy indeed, but every hunk of metal has its breaking point. If you notice durability running low, it's time to repair. You can ask a blacksmith like myself, or do it on your own with a grindstone. The nice thing about weapons, they never betray you, so pay them a little respect, eh?
True that. And indeed, I should probably repair my stuff while I'm here. Some of this I'll never use again, but no harm in keeping everything in fine form. Now let's see. That heater shield, that's got 55 stability. And those shields that he was selling, $58. I'm a little short of souls after my repairs, but it could be worth the price. I'll have to keep those in mind. Unless I get the Black Knight shield, which is better yet. And I could also reinforce some of my weapons here, but since we're running so long, I will save that for next time.
Don't get yourself killed. Neither of us want to see you go hollow.
Andre's a nice fella. He'll be a good friend and a good resource for us throughout the game. But we'll get the next part of his dialogue and go into weapon and armor reinforcement next time. For now, I think I've kept you around long enough with my shenanigans. This is playing a thing known as Dark Souls, Prepare to Die Edition. It's been a pleasure, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Booyah!